Why, hello there. It has been a minute since I've talked to you guys like directly, that it hasn't been through like a chat or something. I know we don't really do recorded stuff, couldn't quite get a live stream together, but here we are. I know I'm in work clothes. This is weird. I'm actually borrowing somebody's office, but I really wanted to talk through my thoughts on the Switch 2 because just starting out, like, this is the best. This is the most fun I think I've ever had with a direct of with a news event of any kind. Maybe E3 2017 when they blew the lid off all the plans for the Switch, the original Switch. But this was beyond any expectation, just any expectation that I had. So we're gonna break it down. I actually have a bunch of sticky notes, so I keep my thoughts straight. I'll try to go quickly through them. But starting with hardware, I was in the camp of not expecting 4K, not expecting 120 at all. I thought we were gonna lowball this. I thought they were gonna lowball the price. And the fact that we've got, like, I've been preparing to buy a Switch 2 alongside like one of the PC handhelds to play more kind of some of the graphically intense stuff, and that's gone. I'm not buying a PC handheld. I am sticking just straight to my Switch. That has done enough to give me the ability to play games on the go, which I've been needing, and more like higher fidelity stuff. I've been playing through kind of a lot of stuff on my PS5, and I just can't get time to go actually sit down on the couch and play it. So that gets me excited that we're getting a competent hardware for my Nintendo games, and then anything else I want to play. And that's going to do more than enough for me. 1080p, 120 FPS. I was so excited. The potential there. I am so excited to get my hands on Mario Kart specifically and see it running. I don't know if they've confirmed if Mario Kart's running at 120 FPS. I know they confirmed Metroid Prime. I don't know about the other ones, but either way, to see what the actual 4K hardware can do at 60 FPS, or to see it at 1080 and 120 is so exciting. The magnets, I have high hopes for the magnets. I have not had the best of luck with my rail Joy-Cons. I have very large hands. I have a toddler. Things do not get handled well. And so I am very much hoping that the magnets are a more powerful solution, a better solution. I think we're going to be good based on what I've seen with the hands-on demo that people have been doing, as well as the fact that the magnets are so big, like the whole SL and SR buttons are there. I think this is going to be a better solution. I do love the way it looks. I love the little splash of color on those rails. And overall, I was just hardware-wise for the console itself was very excited. We already knew what it looked like. We already knew what it was kind of going to be about, that it was going to be larger, but this just solidified that this is a premium device, and I'm very happy that it is. As far as other hardware they showed, I'm really torn on the camera. The camera and the voice chatting stuff. We'll get a little into voice chatting a little bit later, but just I think they said it's going to be $50 right now when we play. Like when I play with people online, and like when I play Mario Party with my wife and my brother and his wife, we just put our phone and use Discord, and it's great and it works wonderfully. So I don't know where I'm at with the camera. We'll see kind of where the reviews are at. It's really fun that it shows up like on the screen, like when you're playing Mario Party and stuff. But I don't know if it's going to be worth the space, the time. Then you'd have to play in one space. It kind of negates the portability of the Switch. I'm not going to lug around this camera as well. And we don't always play in one spot. Sometimes we're in a hotel room. Sometimes we're at somebody else's house and doing a video call. So like with all chat stuff, we'll probably just stick with the third party stuff with Discord and whatnot. The Pro Controller looks great. I'm stoked that the Pro Controller and the grip have the GL and GR button, the back buttons that you can program to whatever. I think that should have been standard starting with the Xbox 360 era. I've modified or bought a controller with that on there ever since the Xbox 360. I think it needs to be standard on all controllers, and it's awesome to see not only the Pro Controller gets it, but also the grip that comes with the Switch gets it. The one thing they didn't confirm, though, that I'm really worried about is I had two Pro Controllers and I had 6 sets of Joy-Cons, all struggle with stick drift. Like, are these Halo Effect joysticks? I sure as heck hope they are, because that's ridiculous if we're not. Like that was confirmed for the entire last generation. It's a problem. All the new third-party controllers that are coming out are Halo Effect. Please, Nintendo, make this be Hall Effect. I hope they confirm that soon. It's probably just going to be somebody gets a box and leaks it, and it says on the back that it's Hall Effect joysticks or something. If you're unaware, Hall Effect uses magnets instead of sliding panels, and so the panels rub down and they get like dust and they get worn down, so they don't work in the same way that they were calibrated at the factory. The magnets are measuring resistance with an actual air gap between them. And so you really can never get stick drift because there's nothing that's actually rubbing or wearing down, and magnets don't just lose their power kind of thing. All right, the big one, Mario Kart World. You all know I love Mario Kart. I love playing it with you all. I love playing with people, but it's never been a game that I play by myself. And so it's never like in the upper echelon of my top game of the console. They haven't fully revealed all the single player details yet. But even from a single player experience, I think this might be the best game, period. Full stop. Like, it might be the multiplayer, it might be the single player, it might be this just indefinite experience that you can just play forever. Breath of the Wild was amazing, and for me it was nearly a perfect game, and it literally like changed my life. But Mario Kart World has the ability to do that on both sides, the single player and the multiplayer front, and I'm so excited. The grinding, the wall jumping, the costumes. I'm probably more excited about the costumes than anything else. That was just such of course, as left field. We also could play as a cow. Like, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I really can't think of a thing to change. I hope they confirm that there's like, did y'all ever play ATV Off-Road Fury 2? In the PS2 GameCube era. I don't even know if it was on GameCube. We played it on PS2. It came with our PS2. We played it for hours, just the open world, drive around wherever and do these missions. It was like jump through so many rings or try to do things that are on the track that you're not supposed to do on the track. And I really, really hope that it's not just a free roam thing, but it's like free roam with objectives, I guess, some goals, some things to do, as well as I hope they give us achievements baked into the Mario Kart game. So it's like, yes, you need to win all the Grand Prix, but you need to do so in like with a light character, with a heavy character. You need to do so with people, without people, whatever it may be. You need to win every race perfectly or whatnot, which we all do anyways, and it gives us the different stars, but to just have it like as a kind of like, yeah, achievements baked in, like the Melee style that they did it on Odyssey and stuff like that. And so those are my big hopes for Mario Kart, is that we get the free roam has fun stuff like objectives, and I guess objectives in general on that game. As far as the other like first party stuff that was different, the Dragon Drive and the Welcome Tour, I'm really interested in Dragon Drive. I'm sure it's going to be a fun time to like boot up and like kind of show off, but I don't know. If they're charging $70 for it, like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make that purchase. I don't know how much the Tour Switch is going to cost. I think that was the biggest miss of the presentation for me, was the fact that that thing cost. That should 100%. The Steam Deck has one. The PS5 has one. The Wii had a free demo game to show off the compatibility of the hardware and take you through the hardware. Like, I'm sure it's cool. I'm sure it's a fun time. I know there's games built in. They didn't really show it, but that's what the demo people are saying, is that there's fun little games to show off, like what is 4K, what is HD Rumble 2, et cetera, et cetera. And that's great. But even if it costs $5, like, just include it with the hardware. Show off the hardware. That it, like, it'd be like not including a user manual in something, or not including access to a user manual of some sort. I don't know. It just seems absolutely stupid and ridiculous. And I think really the only miss of the presentation for me. What else do we have? Nintendo Switch 2 edition. This was a huge surprise for me. I know we got that like news drop a few days before, and it was like, hey, we've got the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, like in the fine print. We don't know what that means. The fact that it's not just upscaling, that it's also like adding features like the Kirby DLC. Like, I'm gonna go back and play more Forgotten Land. That's awesome. I love the game. 100%ed it a long time ago. I'd love to do more with it. And so the fact that maybe we don't know how much that's gonna cost. 20. If it comes with the DLC, I'm okay with the $30 price tag. If it was just graphical upgrades, then I think 10 is the max you can charge. But I thought the hilarious part there was the Nintendo maps that we got with Zelda. That was just That was hysterical. That was wonderful. The fact that we could literally pull out your phone and navigate in the gigantic world of Tears of the Kingdom, just that makes me smile a lot. That makes me smile a lot. Next, what do we get? GameCube. GameCube. This was, my brother predicted this. A lot of people predicted this. I was like, no way. There's no way they're giving us GameCube for free. They can make remakes of the games pretty easy, like Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, and they can slap a reimagined, remastered label on there and charge $60. That's what they're going to do. The fact that they're giving us GameCube is incredible. Not only GameCube, but the Pokemon games in that, like, I don't know if you guys are retro collectors at all, but Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, that is, I think it's up to like 160 now, 180 market value. Like, that's awesome that now you can go play what many consider their favorite Pokemon RPG because it's full-fledged and everything, and it's got such a different theme and everything to it. You can play the first and the second game on your Switch for as little as $10 a year if you have 8 friends that you're doing the family plan with. Like, that is, they didn't have to do that, and that's really, really cool. Now just give me Smash. I want my Melee, and I want to play it. Yes, I'm getting the Wavebird 2.0. I am getting the controller for it if I can find it. Of course, that's always a tricky part with those Switch Online controllers. But all right, third party. I said before when I was watching the direct with my brother, and before I was like, honestly, I think what's going to make or break this is the third party support. Like with the first Switch, we had to prove that Nintendo was relevant again, that they could do something competent again. With this one, they obviously have this immensely popular console. They've got the third parties on board. So now what are they actually going to do with it? And just fast forwarding to the very end, the fact that we got a new From Software game. I'm not a From Software fan, but I know many who are. That's an exclusive to the Switch. Like, that's crazy. Like, my little Switch, my little Nintendo console is what arguably like the most hardcore stereotypical game is. We don't really know much about this game. There's a lot you could speculate. I'm not going to get into that, but they opened with Elden Ring. They end with this new one. I thought the third-party stuff was beautiful. I think the only thing I would have changed was mix it up a little bit more, not just have like first party, third party, first party at the very end. Like I would have mixed things around, but they had a lot to communicate in this direct in a short amount of time. Highlights from the third party. I'm a huge Yakuza fan. I love the Yakuza series, and that was one of the reasons I was potentially going to get a larger PC handheld, because I'm like, I want to play these games, but I have to play them on the go. Like, I just don't have the opportunity to play them sitting down. They're 40 to 60 hour games, and the fact that the original is coming to, or the prequel or whatever is coming to my now little Switch 2. I'm very excited about that. Highlight of the direct, hands down, best announcement, best thing to happen in the entire thing was the fact that we got, after, I mean, how many years of not hearing anything? They just, not shadow drop, but they just sneak in like 10 seconds of Silk Song, probably the most important indie, maybe even the most important third-party game as far as news announcements go. And they sneak that in. Like, if you turn around, go make some food, made some toast, nope, you missed it. You missed your Silk Song. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was absolutely hysterical. Okay, last part of the direct, Donkey Kong. It starts up, and I had the same response to what I think everyone did. Is this Odyssey? Is this Mario? There's eyes. Is it Banjo? I think DK, the one that I thought of last, was the one that I wanted most. Not until I saw it. Not until I saw the original inspired DK design with his goofy smile and everything. It was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I am more excited for this than I would be for Odyssey 2, than a new Banjo game. I never played DK64, but I don't know. I just feel like Donkey Kong fans are long overdue. This is a fresh imagining. We are done with the Donkey Kong Country identity. We're now kind of finding a new identity that merges the old Donkey Kong Country, the movie. It merges it all into a new Donkey Kong, and I think I think this is going to be my game of the year. I know Mario Kart is going to be a better game. It's going to be a more complete game for more people. But personally, for Tubbs, I think this is going to be my game of the year. The fact that you can like destroy the world and move around in it. That's the only thing that I'm kind of worried about, is that it's not going to be as. It's going to be like, yeah, you can destroy the world in these specific destroy the world spaces in specific ways that we want you to destroy the world. Like, no, I want to be able to actually destroy the world and break things. So that's my thought. And then, yeah, that was the Direct. It was amazing. I give it an A+ to an S. I'm tempted to never give a Direct an S, but I think I might give this one an S-, if that's a thing. But that wasn't the end of the news. And that was the sad part for me, because then the price came out. And if you haven't seen, I am sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but $450 for the console. Okay, we've got all the tariffs. They got to make money every quarter. That's how our modern stock market, publicly traded companies work. I understand that. And I was like, you know what? I'm not having to buy a PC handheld anymore, which is what I wanted with this. The fact that they gave us a pro version right out of the gate with like 4K and 120 and all of that, I am very, very happy. I can justify the $450. I was also prepared. I was ready for games to cost $70. Me, along with seemingly the entire internet, was not ready for the $80 price tag. I'm gonna buy Mario Kart. I'm probably gonna buy the bundle because it's cheaper. I might buy it physically because I'm a collector. I have money that I have put aside, that I have saved up. I've sold things. I have cut back. I've budgeted for this because I didn't with the Switch One, and that was a mistake because I couldn't buy the things I wanted. And so I've made sure that I can afford this. And other people that are like YouTubers and streamers that are full time, it's their job. They're gonna afford it. They're gonna make it happen. If I was in college, I wouldn't be buying this. Like $450, it would not be enough to get me to buy this. It wasn't enough to get me to buy a Wii U. I needed some proof. I needed some proof that this was still going to be relevant. That's why I wasn't planning on buying a Switch day one. I wanted to see what was going to happen. I'm buying a Switch 2. But it makes me sad that like me in this season of life doing what I'm doing with the situation I have, I can afford it. But that $450 with then potentially $80 for some of the main games. Okay, so maybe you do afford it, but now you buy 2 games a year, 1 game a year. You wait years until there's a sale, which also hopefully if they're charging more, they're going to be a little more loose with their sale prices. I think that would be a big miss if they charge as much as they are and then they don't give any sort of a sale. Any sort of a kind of a bone that they throw to us consumers. They're like, nope, you're going to take the full brunt of inflation. You're going to deal with it yourselves. And obviously I'm speaking from USD and the US situation. I know Japan is totally different on prices. Europe's even worse than we are. And so this is really a local situation to my area. But yeah, with the Switch One, they wanted a Switch in everybody's hand. And you could, at $200 for a Switch Lite, you could actually put a Switch in your kids' hands, in general. Obviously, I'm not speaking to every situation, but at $450 and then $80 a game. No, you get 1 game for Christmas. You got to share it with everybody, and we got 1 console. And now the Switch is a home console, and it's not actually a portable console that you can do stuff with like that. That's the part that makes me most sad. Is just kind of the situation and just the hitting the world that we live in right now is hitting harder. And again, it doesn't even hit me that bad, but me 5 years ago, me 10 years ago, even me a year ago, I don't think I would have been able to afford a Switch day one. The only reason is because I have other games that I have sold in preparation for this, which I would have loved to not have to sell those games too, but that's what it is. What else we got? Hopes. What's coming up next? What are we getting next for the Switch? I think obviously we're gonna get the next mainline Pokemon game. We're gonna get our next Mario. We're gonna get our next Zelda eventually. I think my big hope, if I had to choose one dream game that I want to come to the Switch, they haven't confirmed it, but they have that new patent for kind of the HD 2D, 2.5D, kind of the Square Enix Octopath Traveler look. We're not sure what it is and stuff, but like, I want a full reimagining of Pokemon Black and White, and Black and White 2 as one game that you play through a Pokemon adventure on the scale of like unlike anything we've seen before. And if that means Game Freak isn't involved in development, I'm okay with that. Give it to somebody who can handle it. That's my biggest dream game for Switch 2. I think with everything we've got, I love the direction we're going. I know we're gonna go there. I'm confident. I trust that we're gonna go there. Like, we're gonna get the games. We're gonna get the third-party support. I hope it sells well enough with the added cost to drive continued third-party support. But regardless, I know we're gonna get. We're gonna have a lot of. We've got GameCube games. We've got the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, breathing life into the old games. We've got Mario Kart, which is gonna take me like 4 years to get through. We've got DK. We've got all the extra third-party support, as well as all the new indie stuff that gets thrown in there. But I think the Black and White Pokemon, not in the style that Brilliant Diamond is, not in just like a typical chibi 3D. No, I want like 2D sprites in a 3D world with some of the best lighting you've ever seen, completely redesigned from the ground up, like soundtracks, not orchestrated soundtracks, but like using whatever chipset they want to, but just really reimagining what Black and White could be if it came out today. That's my big hope, my big dream. And then the other thing, because we've been talking for 20 minutes, I need to stop, is we're doing a launch day stream. I'm going to put this in Discord, but I don't know when it will be, but it'll be some probably time in the morning, afternoon. But I will be getting a Switch. I will do everything I can to get a Switch, and we are going to play some Mario Kart. I am so excited to hang out with you all again and talk in a less formal setting than I am right now. All right. You all are wonderful. Have a wonder-filled day. And as always, stay charged.